This season on Garage, we're gonna take it back, way before daily transmission. We had a bunch of toys that were super fun. But we always talked about making them just a little bit more fun. The boys are out in the garage right now, planning and plotting how we're gonna take this graveyard of crazy carts and make them bigger, faster, definitely stronger, just overall more fun. Tiffany from Razor would show up and just be like utterly impressed by how destroyed these things were. Like she would be like, what do you guys do with this? And then you'd see footage of like Sarah Price driving it off the dock. All right, so step one.
Stated goal, always important. Make fun, more fun. Yes, that is spelled wrong.
I think that was a kick towards me and my bad spelling.
If it wasn't spelled wrong, you wouldn't think that Brad was part of the project. So
Thank you.
Wanted to keep it going.
Make her, this is actually probably the hardest part of the project.
Big goals,
Like,
small
I don't
failures.
even think they would sell him in 10 years.
I feel like that's like part of like a boiler room type thing. Where you're just yelling at people about making things hurt-proof.
Act as if you are the president of this firm. Act as if you got a 9-inch.
So what's the first thing? Redesign frame.
Yeah, frame.
Make bigger.
1.75 inches.
How much bigger do you think we can make these before they actually become not as much fun though? Because I think if they were a lot longer, they wouldn't rotate as fast as they currently do. Because what's nice about them now is they snap real quickly.
I think like 6 to 8 inches longer would probably be good.
Always add 6 inches.
Yeah.
Fixed caster.
Situation.
Yeah. Sitch.
Heavy duty or 300-pound plus.
Oh, yeah.
300-pound friendly.
Yeah.
Make big boy friendly. We should just call it the Crazy Cart 2XL.
That's a good name for it. Sick.
Solid. What about steering wheel? Steering wheel position.
Steering position.
You put U-joints in, right? So if you put a U-joint in and moved it so that it was like this instead.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Like a steering support bearing.
And then you put a support bearing here with a joint there. I just don't know if that's too severe of an angle. It might have to be more like this.
That's still cool though.
Double joints and steering joints. They have that double joint, and I think it's good to like 60 degrees, which you could probably get like that. Power for sure.
Oh, make faster.
We're talking about that being on the switch too, right? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Button, actually.
yeah, push to pass. It's like what it says on the button in the race car, P2P, push to pass.
Too soon, Junior.
Oh, seats. Seat upgrade. I think we go to like a actual karting seat. Like not like full-blown race car.
Do they have Kirky little foot? Like the one that's in my tea bucket. That'll
Something
do
like
more.
that would be good. Ooh, bash bars. Bash bars, man. Bash plus nerf. This guy's showing up late to work and shit, you know?
Dun, dun, dun. How are you gonna come in here, barge in, and not be doing a burnout?
Yeah, do a burnout real quick.
Against the Audi.
You can go right up against the Audi.
Right against the Audi.
Hey, welcome to work.
Hey, bud.
We're literally shooting flames at piles of gas.
This is the gasoline that came out of that. I don't think it's flammable anymore.
It won't blow
I
up.
think we're good. Zach just showed
This is every day. It's not.
What else do we want to do?
Front tire. We're upgrading to a solid front tire.
I don't think this is in any particular order. It makes it more fun to check.
Are we
off
making
that
them
way.
look different? Are we gonna put bodies on them or something?
I think we'll get to that once we finish the frame.
Personalize it? How about just like personalize them?
The word you're looking for here. Make hot.
My favorite word.
That's what you're looking for right there. So the battery packs, like this thing that they created was to make them quick change, but like they never were really that easy to get in and out. But that's rad because like we're not gonna obviously be able to build 10 carts, but that way we could do quick battery change.
Is you writing get to work?
Kiss, keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Easiest way.
Which, by the way, that basically is the D, none of the above. Because keeping it simple
Would
would
just be like-
leaving it like this and just dealing with it. Keep it
So we might add to this list as we go on, but for now I think this is a pretty good starting point. So just go through this and completely.
I think second to caster cart, this is the most useless project that we've been building.
What was that?
It'll be fun.
What did you just say?
No, but I'm saying like, they're like, look, let's be honest.
Caster car sucks, but these are gonna be fun.
It was rad, it sounded cool, it looked insane, but there really wasn't much you can do with it other than... Yeah. All right, sir, this is where our job ends and yours begins.
Brad, you are the guy that builds the crazy things.
I enjoy this stuff.
You showed up here with your crazy contraption of a twin turbo thing, and now you're building crazy things like that are like that, but not cars. So it's like it all works out.
I had a comment the other day and someone said, when did Brad officially start working at Hoonigan? And I was like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like he just showed up one day to like buy stuff from the store, and then like 15 minutes later was doing burnouts in the parking lot. And one of the, by the way, the sketchiest like burnouts ever. Got himself covered in rubber and then used like kerosene to clean it off of him.
Well, that's one way to get it off. Is that skin friendly?
And all of us were like, that's the new dad we need.
All right, so over the next couple of weeks, you're gonna see these things go from pretty cool to way cooler.
Today, garage! We're gonna be doing it garage style, you guys, just like you would back at home. You'd be in your driveway, your carport, you know, wherever you don't have to do it, but you can do it. That's what we're gonna do. Today we got all our material. We got our 3/4, we got our flat stock, and we got our 1/2 inch. These are what we're gonna be making our Crazy Cart XXL with. That is right. Today we are laying out our frame and cutting and prefabbing our chassis with this material right in front of you guys. As per requested, we need to make this thing a little longer. Some tall people just ain't fitting anymore. As well as maybe make it a little more ergonomic, I think is the word. Ergonomic. Yeah, where it fits better, you know? That's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna make it ergonomic and use all these wonderful tools to build it. And these ain't special tools either. These are the normal Home Depot tools. Your electrical bender, straight level, 6-inch grinder, tubing notcher, chop saw, and a regular drill. I'll have to admit, the Miller-Matic is pretty nice, but let's get to it. I went ahead and did my tape square. So I laid out one line with a piece of tape, making it straight and measuring off of that. So I pulled square off of one tape line and put my square down on the ground. And then I'm setting up my pipes for my cuts. I'm cutting these long, 1 inch long, because I have to take a 1/2 inch off of either side in order to make the notch itself is actually a 1/2 inch out of total material length. So all of my material will be measured 1 inch longer, 1/2 inch taken off each side will equivalent to the correct length of the material. I decided to make myself a square chassis and not a bent chassis, because from what I've been seeing of today, a lot of the more rigid chassis or the off-road chassis are going square. They're not doing a lot of bends. Everything is miter jointed and squared up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and tack these things together. I went and got a couple pieces of scrap material and I set my welder up to where I think it's gonna be okay. And I'm gonna do a practice weld on the same type of material that I'm doing my final weld on. So I'm gonna do a practice weld just to make sure I'm shitty, because really I'm not a great welder, but good enough for this project probably. All right, got our 2 frames tacked together. Now I'm gonna make the strip that I'm gonna hold the 2 frames together to kind of give it rigidity. The tubing is actually pretty strong, like this. It's just the longer you make the tubing, the more it's gonna wanna bend, because it's like flexible. This stuff is super weak this way. See how it is? But when you turn it like this, you can't bend it. So what we do when we build a frame is we put a piece of tubing on top and a piece of tubing on bottom, put this in the middle, and it's seriously like an indestructible frame at that point. All right, got this thing all welded in, or kind of welded in as good as I can weld. It's like glue sticked, I guess. So we glue stick this thing all together, and we're gonna get the pads made for our casters. So as you can see in the front of our Crazy Cart XL, the casters are right here. They spin completely around without hitting anything, and we need to do the same thing here. So we need to mount these casters inside our frame so they can spin around without hitting anything. And that is gonna be accomplished by this plate here. We're gonna weld this plate from the top of the frame rail to the top of the frame rail, and then bolt this guy right underneath it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, tack this all up, get some holes drilled, and get these casters set.
So we got the casters on. Looks like we've run into an issue.
Yep, this little strengthener plate right here, I'm gonna have to notch it a little bit for
it to clear?
Yeah, just a little bit, like right here to right here. Not very much. A little grinding and we'll be fine on that. I can live with that. That's actually cool because it just goes forward. See how it goes forward and then it turns?
Yeah.
It might not even go that way, but we're gonna still clear it. Now we gotta get these back wheels on. And I'm trying to reuse as much of these old parts as possible, but it looks like I'm probably gonna end up having to cut this and make my own because it's not the right size. First of all, I think I'm gonna make the pedestals that hold these bearings on the outside right here. And then I'm probably gonna cut a section out of the middle and make it smaller. And then reuse like the pads right here, but make flat pads for this to sit on here so that they can unbolt and bolt on. I am afraid of though, these are too close to the bearings right here. So I think I might have to move these into here. So I might not even use these at all. I might just make some new caster points. The bigger thing is to get this bar in there first and get it all roly-doly. We gotta make brackets to support this. I'm gonna make steel out of that, brackets, and weld it like this. Weld the bracket right here and bolt this to the bracket. Let's get it done. We got our pedestals made for our bearing supports, which is allowing, go ahead Kanan, move the handle. Move this thing back and forth. The bigger thing is by narrowing this up, because we didn't make a wide stance like they did over there on the factory car, our seat is encroaching on the handle. So our solution to that would be to move this handle at least to the furthest point, like probably right here, and that'll give us a few more inches. Now, after we move the handle over, we weld this back together here, and we drill these bearing supports back out. The next thing would be to do is build the pedestals that this rides on, so that this thing can actually spin like that.
With the handle.
With the handle. So right now we are gonna try and make this thing go back together, and if we mess up, we have a pile of extra ones right there. We're gonna put this thing back together for now and go from there and try how this works.
You might even get a full chassis built.
I might actually get a full chassis built one day, which is crazy. Let's see.
We'll get back to it, man.
Let me get cutting. All right, guys, got our chassis squared up, got it welded up, got our front casters on, got our turning mechanism tacked up. We're ready to put those back casters on. We got way further along than I actually thought we were gonna do, and I'm feeling pretty good about our crazy car XXL. Tomorrow, mount the casters and some testing. Oh yeah, you heard me, some testing. That's a wrap!
What Brad is building right now is essentially a future version of rail car.